Welcome to my channel. My name is Kim Exshaw of ExshawQuilts.com, and in today's tutorial video I'm going to show you how to assemble your quilted pouch. Now all of the pattern information can be found on my website at ExshawQuilts.com. I'm assembling today a generic pattern that I've whipped up just for this tutorial to show you how to assemble your zipper and the pouch pattern. All right, so we've got our quilted panels here. We have two of them. We have not quilted the lining. So when you quilt your panels, you're only going to quilt the top, the quilt top, and the batting, all right? And then we've cut out our lining, our zipper strips, our 9-inch zipper, and our zipper tabs. So I'm going to go ahead and assemble this and walk you through the entire process so you don't feel lost. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our zipper strips and we're going to take it over to our iron and we're going to give it a press. So we're going to fold lengthwise and give that a press. Now that we've given our zipper strips a press, we are going to pin them or clip them to our quilted panels. So I'm just going to move some stuff out of the way. So lengthwise, with the raw edge to raw edge, we're going to clip them, and it's okay that they're a little bit longer. We are going to trim them after we are done. So I'm just going to clip that. All right, so this is ready to be sewn. We're going to use a 1/4 inch foot as we do for all of our quilting projects, and we're going to just sew this down right here, and we're going to do the same thing for this panel as well. Now that we have sewn our zipper strips onto our quilted panel, we can flip it over and give it a press this way, and then just go ahead and trim off any excess fabric at the edges here. Like that. And then we can move on to building our zipper tabs on our zipper. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take our zipper tabs and fold them in half and give them a press. Now that we've given our tabs a press, we are going to take the end of our zipper that is already trimmed to 9 inches, I believe, but always refer to the pattern just in case I misspeak. And then we're going to just open up our tab like this, put our zipper like that, and kind of sandwich it in there. Make sure that it's even, and then what you're going to do is you're going to sew right along this line, all right? And you're going to do the same for the other side of the zipper. So we have sewn our zipper tabs on like this, so it should look like that after you are done sewing, and then you're going to flip them back and give it a press so you have a nice finish. And then what you want to do is just trim off any excess so it's flush with the zipper. All right, don't clip the ends of it, you just want to clip the sides. All right, so now our zipper is ready to be installed on our pouch. So for this portion of the assembly of the pouch, I totally recommend double-sided tape. I think this is an 1/8 of an inch width double-sided tape that I just got off of Amazon. This comes in handy when you're doing zippers, let me tell you. But you can pin it. I actually double-sided tape and will clip it or pin it as well, but this is just amazing stuff. Okay, so the way that we want to assemble our pouch, and this will be the same for the other side of the panel, what we're going to start with is the lining. So you're going to lay the lining right side up. So if this had a print, you'd be looking at the print. And then from there, you're going to take your zipper right side up and place it flush with the liner. So I have the zipper and I'm placing it on the raw edge of the lining, okay? And it's okay that our tabs are a little bit over. We're going to trim that up later, so don't stress about that. But you kind of want to make sure that it's centered. You have equal amounts on either side. And you just want to make sure that the zipper is flush with the top of the lining. And your zipper is face up, so you can see the tag or the zipper pull, right? So now we're just going to take our double-sided tape and we're going to tape it. I'm going to move this out of the way. We're just going to press that tape down and then remove the backing on it, like so. And now we're going to place the zipper facing up on that edge and just kind of center it the best you can. Make sure that your zipper is open. All right, so that is secure. So now the next step is another piece of double-sided tape. And again, you can clip this, but I find this tape like super handy. And give it a press and then remove the backing on it. There we go. Just be gentle. All right, so now we can place the quilted panel on top. So the quilted panel is wrong side facing you, okay? And then again, we're just going to line up the lining to the quilted panel, okay? I like to fold it in half so I can kind of line it up. Now your liner and the quilt top should be parallel, lined up with each other, okay? And now we're gonna take it over to our machine, but I'm gonna install my zipper foot and I'm just gonna sew right on the edge here. And if you have to move the zipper, then you can move the zipper, that's fine. All right, so with the zipper installed, their zipper foot installed, sorry, we are going to sew our sandwich down. And just go slow and take your time. Making sure to get all of the layers. And if you have to move your zipper, just foot up, needle down, and then just zip it up. There we go. Put the foot back down and continue sewing. So I'm going to take you back over to the quilting table and we will do the other side. We just got back from the sewing machine and we have one side of our pouch attached to our zipper, and now we're ready to attach the other side. Now the other side is exactly the same as what I've already shown you, but I'm going to walk you through that step anyway. Especially as a beginner, it can be a little confusing. I know I was at first. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our lining face up like we did last time, face up. The zipper is face up, and then we're going to put our quilted panel face down. So do you see that? We've got our lining face up, zipper face up, so you can see the tab, which we should actually have open. And then we're going to place our quilted panel on top, and we're always going to line up on the edge of the zipper. Do you see that? Okay, so I'm just going to let you watch me glue everything together. All right, so now we are ready to attach the zipper. And again, just take your time and line everything up. Remember, you want to line up your lining to the edge of your quilted panel. That. So now we can add some more glue to the top of the zipper edge. Now that the glue strip is down, we can attach the quilted panel on the other side. Remember, this is face down, so you can see the padding, or the batting rather. And again, we're just going to line everything up. So now we are ready to take it over to the sewing machine, and again, with our zipper foot, sew our sandwich together. Now I can feel the zipper tab right here. So what I'm gonna do is, before I get there and it gets too tight, you wanna lift your foot, make sure the needle is down, and just zip it up past the zipper foot, okay? There we go. Kind of realign everything, make sure it's all good, and then foot down and continue sewing. All right, so before we leave sewing machine, what we're gonna do is we're going to top stitch right along here, okay? So make sure that your panels are correctly aligned before we do that. And it's kind of helpful to close the zipper for this section. So we just want to top stitch right along here. Do you see that? Okay. And you can iron it before you do this, and I do recommend that actually, but I'm not gonna bother him. I'm okay. And do the same for the other side, making sure to pull your, that's why I should have ironed, but make sure to pull your lining on either side, because you don't want to, you know, accidentally sew that to the wrong side. That would really suck. And I still have my zipper foot in. All right, so our zipper is installed, and you can clip off any, you know, like stray strings that I got there or whatever. So the next step, we want to make sure that the zipper is open, okay? We are now ready to sew our pouch closed. So the way that we do that is we're going to align right sides facing each other, like so. And we're going to pin it or clip it all the way around. Okay, so we're gonna start by clipping this section here. I'm just gonna grab some clips. Align your corners. Always clip the corners first. It helps keep everything kind of. You want to make sure that we're clipping the quilted panels together and the liner together, so it will look like this. All right, so line up your corners first. For this side, I like to pin it because it's not as thick. And what you want to make sure to do right here, you see that? You want to make sure that you're aligning your seams along here. So I like to put a pin right in the middle there. Make sure that those go together really well. I'm gonna do another binder clip right here. I'd rather pin more and clip more than what I actually need sometimes, especially for bags. All right, and then we're going to do this corner. And And we're gonna again line up our seams on the side here. Give it a clip and then pin it right in there, like so. Okay, so on the liner side, what you want to do is leave about a 5-inch gap. So what I like to do to remind myself is I will put some pins right here to tell me where I need to stop, and I put them in the opposite direction. I put 2 of them like that, so when I get to these pins I know that I need to stop. So we're gonna start sewing about right here on the liner. I have to change my foot. So I've changed my foot back to a 1/4-inch foot, and now we can start sewing around. Remember, we're leaving a gap in the lining in order to turn the bag right side out when we're done. Okay, so here's where we're going to leave that gap. That looks pretty good. Okay, so now we are ready to turn our bag. Make sure that you've left the zipper open. I have forgotten that sometimes when I'm making these, but I've left it open. So now what we want to do is just turn the bag through the gap in the lining. Pop those corners out. You can use a chopstick. It actually works really, really good. I have one here. So before we get any further, what I like to do is take the lining over to my iron and just give it a press so we don't have any raw edges hanging out. So you can see that, right? So I've just folded that. And you can give it a press and then sew the lining gap closed. Now that I've give that a press, the lining gap a press, and I've tucked those raw edges in, I'm just gonna sew it shut right along the, not with a 1/4-inch seam, but like right where we folded, kind of. So it will look like that when we're done, and you can clip all of the strings and stuff, and then just continue stuffing it inside of your pouch. Like this little chopstick that I keep by my sewing machine, and it is so helpful for doing the corners. Our quilted zipper pouch is all done. So you can find this pattern and many other designs over on my website at exshawquilts.com. I just quickly wanted to show you how nice that is on the inside too. It's got a professional finish, and the zipper tabs make all the difference. So yeah, definitely go over to the website and check out all of the patterns that I have there. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you next time. Remember to subscribe and like.